We do have a new exhaust housing from HPT. They're twin inlet. All right, so as you can see, here's a lot of the electronics. So I got the license plate all done, mounted. So we're putting 2 PMU 16s in it from ECU Master. All right, so we're back in the shop here at home. As you can see, we got night train behind us, and it's only, I don't know, a week past 6 summer. So this is now the priority. I really need to get this thing done. Our first planned race is LS Fest here in Kentucky, and I don't know, not a whole lot of time. So I got a lot to do. I'll kind of go over all that with you. And I don't know, this is Saturday, so I got all day today, all day tomorrow. There is a couple things I got to do on my car just so that it's ready to go, the wagon. So we'll go over all that stuff as well. But first thing is make some progress on night train here. So yeah, I'm going to kind of tell you everything we got to do. All right, so as you can see, I started painting everything, all the bars, the whole chassis, started painting all that, making it look better, cut off some mounting tabs I didn't need, and kind of smoothed everything out. As you can see, there's no third member in it, so axles are hanging out. So I was going to change the gear ratio and everything. Turns out the extra gear ratio, or the extra third member I have, does not fit this housing. So I'm just going to go ahead and put that one back in and then work over the winter to build a new housing for it. So I'm a little less concerned about that. One thing I do need to address is, if we look here, it's not in the lower mounting hole, and to get maximum separation I need to use that hole. Right now I can't, because the wheel actually will hit that. So the inner beadlock ring will hit this bolt. Even if you put it in the other way, it would still hit it. You can see I had to grind here. So what I'm actually going to do is put in another mounting bracket here. And you know, we have a big spacer here that we don't need. So if I just brought that mounting ear in and then slipped the nut through here, then made sure the bolt didn't come past here, I think we'll be okay. So I'm going to rig something up there and, you know, probably make it bolt in here, or weld in, or do something to make all that work. I still got to touch up some paint back here and everything. As you can see, we still have the fuel cell in it. So next I'm going to start on is probably finish cutting off these tabs and continuing painting up here. For the most part, everything there from here back is painted, other than the very back. So it's looking pretty good, pretty excited about that. The biggest thing I have to do with this is wire it. So that's going to be a huge process. Kind of same thing we did on Rick's Duster. 2 PMUs, one in the front, one in the back. And do all that. We still have to remount the shifter. I got new carpet. I have this really cool carbon fiber dashboard for it from Mike Kostick, so we got to make that work. We're going to redo some of the turbo kit. We do have a new exhaust housing. I kind of want to take all this apart and paint all that, but that's the new fuel cell we have. I got the radiator made for it. I got a big hole in the firewall that you can't see right here, but I got a big hole up there I got to fix. We got EGT stuff to mount. I got a new panel block off plate for that, just because it has a lot of holes in it. Read all that. We got bulkheads to put in it, just all kinds of stuff. So it'll be nice when it's all done, but we just got some work to do in the meantime. And yeah, kind of go over everything, check all the brakes, got new tires for it. So just a lot of stuff. Like I said, big thing is wiring. That's going to be the most time consuming thing. So I think I'm going to start on possibly getting the third member together, or finish grinding all this stuff off. And then we can start patching the hole in the firewall, mounting the dash, painting the cage inside, and doing all that. So yeah, we'll bring the car down. I'll show you what I got to do there. All right, so moving to the inside, you can see all the updates in the cage. So the chassis is now certified to 650s compared to the 750 it was. Nate did a phenomenal job on all this. Got all that knocked out. In efforts to shave weight, I cut a lot of that upper, I don't know, dash area, firewall area out. I think it was like 13 pounds, so decent amount. Nate made this steering column mount because I got rid of all that, and the brake pedal mount. The upper brake pedal mount is now gone. So all that, but because of that, as you can see out into the engine bay. That's the old catch can that we're going to be replacing. So now all that needs to be filled in. So I got some sheet metal and a welder and seam sealer and paint. So, but you can see once I get the dash fitted, then I'll come back in here and smooth out all the old paint and get it all blended in, and then get ready for new paint on the chassis. You know, the cage was all kind of scratched up and everything anyway, so it was a good time to repaint the cage. It was a really nice job, and then I have fresh carpet for it. Once we get the seat mounted in there and get the passenger seat mounted, then I'll work on that. And then, as you can see, most of the wiring is gutted. This is the wire you see there is just for the power windows from side to side and the power locks. So I don't really have to rewire that, but all the other wires ripped out of the car. So I'll kind of show you underneath the hood portion of that giant hole. So as you can see, we can see inside the car. That's not good. So I'll remove this catch can here. That's going to go to the back of the car. I'm going to run lines through the car like I did on a couple of the other ones. So we do have a new exhaust housing from HPT. They're twin inlet setup. So we'll redo the hot side because that'll just be the easiest way to do it, and I think that'll be nice. So we're going to get that swapped out. The engine parts are currently at RPM, Engine and Machine in Medina, getting that stuff done. So hopefully this coming week I'll be able to pick that up and give it to Bob and let him start putting it together. But again, we're going to redo the firewall, get the bulkheads in, but the biggest thing is to fill this hole here. We have the twin chutes to put on. I got fire suppression to put in it, redo the boost control. The twin chutes are air powered, so I have to mount all that stuff as well. Mount the harnesses in it, all kinds of stuff. Window net's done. So yeah, again, a lot of stuff to do, and not a whole lot of time to do it. So it'd be really nice to get this done within a month and a half or so. Trying to think if there's anything else major. Once I get all the electrical stuff laid out, I'll kind of show you all that. All right, so as you can see, here's a lot of the electronics stuff that we have. Everything but the ECU Master stuff, just because, frankly, I don't have enough room to set all that stuff up. So I'll grab another table and set all that up and kind of go over that. But just a quick rundown of what we have. So on this portion of it, of the table, this is all from Rife and Motion Raceworks. So we have the mount for the screen, CO2 bottle mount for the parachute stuff. We have the shifter indicator. We already have a operator series shifter for the Power Glide. This thing is super cool. I've been putting it in just about every car we wire. This is like a all-in-one steering column or steering wheel button coil cord. We have their line wrenches, or AN wrenches, which are super cool. We have a back pressure sensor. This is the transmission sensor module. Then we also have for engines to mount on the firewall. So all the engine stuff, that's the map sensor, pan vac, cooling system pressure, oil pressure, all that. We have another mount there. We have the ECU mount. I talked about doing dual parachutes. So this is their dual parachute release lever kit. Same thing I have on my car. So this is for hers. Throttle cable stuff, or throttle bracket. We have their bulkheads for the evac system, for the burn down tubes. Shock sensors, 2 in the back, 1 in the front. Conveniently, it's all the same part number. So that'll be pretty cool. The shock sensor mounts. We have mounts for these, which are super cool. We did these on Julius's Challenger, the Hellcat that we did the twin turbo setup on. Super convenient. So this it's kind of a breakout for 5-volt wiring, sensor wiring. So you actually can put 4 sensors into it. It puts it into one connector there. Super nice. All DTM stuff. We have a helmet hook or for the steering wheel. So that'll be super nice. They actually have a bolt-in F-body specific mount for the shifter. So I had something in there I made years ago and it worked, but it's kind of ran its course. So I'm going to get this powder coated and installed. Also from Team Motion is their new Mark Williams line. So this is new lug nuts. I just switched these over on my car. Super awesome. So I'm excited about all that stuff from Motion. We'll get all this installed in time. Obviously it's a lot of stuff to install, but with their mounting solution specifically, it's super easy. to install all your electronics, and then with their sensor blocks like this, it makes life so much easier, especially on the wiring end of it. You just have one cable essentially to run to the ECU, and it combines all your 5-volt and sensor grounds. We have Maven bulkheads, all kinds of Maven bulkheads, so that'll be nice. And then moving on to the Holley stuff, we have a new Dominator. This is their lightweight race one. In here is the big screen, the Pro Dash, the 12.3. Same one I have in the wagon. This will make life so much easier and just easier to see, and you can put all kinds of stuff on it, digital switches. As you'd seen on my car, I have a lot of stuff going on there. It's super nice. We have new boost control solenoids, extra sensors, couple NTK O2 sensors, crank sensor. We have a trim pot switch. I actually have another one. I took it with me on 6 Summer, so she'll have 2 also. We have our EGT kit. Down here we have the injector driver stuff, a couple more sensors, the injector harness. We also have a standard harness for the another set of injectors, and then yeah, so we have a lot of stuff here. Some of the EGT stuff's already installed in the car whenever we were doing it before we pulled the motor out, so all that stuff's in there. So we have a lot of stuff. I have a lot of stuff to wire up. Daniela will be here helping with some of the stuff, but when it comes to the wiring, I'm going to be the one to do that. She's never wired a car or any sensors or any of that stuff, so there's no point in, you know, teaching her on this one, that's for sure. And then down here we have the new chutes from Stroud, so we are a dealer for them also. Obviously everything that I'm putting on this car we sell to our customers and we use on their cars as well. So obviously if it's good enough to put on our car and wire in our car or mount or whatever we're doing, it's obviously good enough for yours as well. So we install everything we sell and we use it on ours. So this is the start of it. Again, I'll get all the ECU Master stuff up on a table. Like I said, I just need to grab another table, but this is a good start to kind of show you everything we got to do. So we're going to get started on it. All right, so I got another area, top of a toolbox instead of a table, but either way, I just wanted to kind of show you everything we're putting in Night Train. Very similar to what we did to Rick's car. So we're putting 2 PMU 16s in it from ECU Master. So you can see how small these things are. These will flow up to 200 amps, 150 amp continuous. Super nice. It has a little LED indicators. If the circuit's on, it's green. If it's at fault, in a fault state of any sort, it'll be red. If it's near fault, it'll be orange. Super cool setup. Mount super easy. It's like a pound, like super lightweight. What's nice about this is I can put one up front in the kick panel or anywhere up front near the firewall. This one will probably go near the kick panel. I haven't decided yet. And then we'll put another one in the back of the car. So the one in the back of the car is going to control the rear lights, the fuel pump, possibly interior lights, anything else we have going on back there, trans fan, anything that we need to run in the back of the car. The front one will run stuff such as like the Holley, the coils, the fan, the water pump, everything up front, all the front lights, and then they communicate with each other. So with this, you can also run up to 4 switch panels, keypads, the digital, or not digital, but the keypads that are all on the CAN network. So you can see those. So this car is getting 4. We're going to put a 6 button underneath the hood. So we can bump the starter over to adjust the valves. It is a solid roller deal, so we can adjust the valves, we can start it, run the fuel pump, fans, water pump, whatever we want. It'll get this 12 position. We'll go probably either on the dashboard or up on the roll bar. I like up on the roll bar. It's out of the way, easy to get to, easy to see at a glance of an eye. This 8 panel, 8 position keypad will go next to the shifter, just like we did Rick's. It'll have your turn signals, your headlights, parking lights, horn, probably do line lock there as well. Actually, I think the motion shifter has line lock, so I probably won't do the line lock, but interior lights, all that stuff will be on that one. And then the 4 position will go in the trunk of the car. So if we want to turn on the interior lights, we can turn on the hazards that way. Reverse lights, just to give a little more view. if we want to run the fuel pump. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff we can do there. Really cool setup with the PMU stuff. You also need a USB to CAN adapter, and then the USB cable, and then this is a serial cable that I like using instead of it comes with a little serial cable connector, but you have to solder to it and everything, which is fine, but I like doing this setup instead. With the PMU, you also get all the pins, the connector. You can also buy the back shell, which we do have for this this car. So a couple back shells that go on the back of the connector, and just cleans everything up. Not that I think it looks bad compared to some of the stuff. It's super clean. And then of course we're going to go ahead and put one of these Steve Kirk Jr. buttons in it. Trans brake button. It is adjustable. Comes with a little wrench, the adjustable wrench. Super nice piece. I switched to it in my car. Dropped I mean, I used to be lucky to get anything with an O anything, and I've red lit since then. So super nice. I'm able to cut 030, 040 lights pretty consistently. I might adjust it at some point, but we also put this in Rick's car. He's been extremely consistent on the light. Typically 0-teens to 020 in his car. So we do sell these. We do keep them in stock. We've been selling them like crazy. You can order them online or give us a call. We can get you set up with that stuff. But again, I'm a firm believer in it. I bought one and put it in my car just to test it out, and I had great luck with it. So then we decided to go ahead and stock it and start putting it in a lot of cars. So we've put it in a lot of customer cars. Super awesome piece. But yeah, this is kind of the rundown on everything we got. You know, to go ahead and go with our Rife stuff and all of our Holley stuff. This is what we have to control all the electronics in the car, all the lights and all the stuff. So you can go back and look at Rick's car, the video of Rick's car before Sick Week, and see everything we did there. I'll go ahead and try to get into a little more detail on her car so we can see everything that you can do with these things. Super awesome. So we usually keep a lot of this stuff in stock as well at the shop. So if you need anything, let us know. All right, so we got those tabs that were here, ground off, metal finished, and other than a little bit of cleanup, ready for paint. This was the other side, as you can see, pretty much ready. I'll smooth it out a little bit. I use a rock guard, chip guard, on all the bottom of the cars and the rocker panels and all that stuff on the wagon, and it is so incredibly durable. So whenever you know, if you put on the rocker and in the door jams, when you're getting out of the car and your seatbelt falls down, it's not going to chip the rocker panel. So I'm actually doing the whole bottom of the car with this, and it's very uniform, very clean looking, and it's not real aggressive, so you're not worried about like scuffing up your hands or anything like that on it, but it does have a little bit of a texture finish. It's just super nice. So yeah, I like that. So that's ready to go. I'll probably wait until right before I leave the shop to go inside tonight before painting it. That way I'm not just, you know, getting out here, sitting out here huffing fumes. So do that, and then we'll just keep moving on. So this brings us to the next step, trying to put the parachute mount on. So this is the Hammer Concepts twin parachute deal that is pretty nice. We powder coated it already. The problem is on the back of the car there is a solid nub that sticks out, and it fits standard 1 5/8 chromoly tubing. Well, this is 1 1/4 solid or hollow and doesn't fit. So what I did, I'm going to attempt to do, is I found this 1/8 inch wall. This one is 1 1/2 tubing, OD, 1/8 inch wall. I'm going to cut it down some and then actually cut it down or turn it down on the lathe in order to fit inside of this and act as a sleeve. So this part will go on, bolt onto the car, then this will actually go inside of that and slip over this tube, and I will bolt it in this one and on the car, therefore making it a solid, rigid piece. And I'll probably end up welding this to this parachute mount as well. But I'm going to go ahead and get the lathe fired up and start cutting the 1.5 inches down so that it fits inside of there. All right, so as you can see, we have our 1 5/8 chromoly tubing, and then we have our sleeve that I made, and then everything will just, then the chute mount will go in there. I will cross bolt all of this so nothing can move around, nothing can shear. You still have to go through all 3 pieces of tubing, the 1 5/8, 1.5 inches I turned down. That was 1/8 wall, still, you know, pretty thick, as you can see. I only had to take 50 thou off of it, so 25 thousandths off per side. So we're still, you know, it's probably 90 thou or so wall thickness. And then the 1.25 inch tubing for the actual parachute mount itself, or not mount, but yeah, I guess it's still a mount for the tethers and everything. So I'm going to drill the back one first. So that one's going to get drilled first, and then I'll put the chute in there, level everything, and then drill through all of them, mark it, and drill through all of them, and then we'll have parachute mount on, and just have to get the parachutes on. So I'm going to get to it. All right, guys, just a quick little tech tip, something I've learned and want to pass it on to you. So, you know, we've been working on the parachute here, and we have a license plate, and we need to figure out where to put the hole at in the license plate for the parachute to come through. Yes, this is my wife's license plate. Pretty cool. I had somebody wrap it, so it looks cool, and it kind of matches the car. So what you can see, if you notice all the green lines, what I have here is a crosshairs laser deal. So if you look, you can see I found the center line using the laser, and then all I got to do is mount the plate, and it'll keep that crosshair, and all I got to do is mark the center line, drill a pilot hole, and then go ahead and drill it with a hole saw. So something I kind of picked up. I don't know where I seen it, but definitely somewhere, and I think it's pretty cool. So probably go grab yourself one of those. It would work on exhaust tips, bull horns, anything you need to pilot. So including, you know, on-off switch, parachute cable, I mean, really anything that you need to go through a body panel with. So definitely pretty cool. So I'm going to go ahead and drill the license plate, and then that way I can get the chute all the way mounted and start mounting the actual packs on there. So that's it. All right, so I got a little tech tip. Whenever it comes to putting the parachutes on, this will also work on carpet. You need to put a hole in this bag, and it's a canvas type bag, or like I said, even with carpet, if you're trying to put seat belt bolts in, or seat bolts, or put a hole in for parachute cable or throttle cable, or anything you need to run through carpet wiring or whatever, instead of cutting a hole or trying to drill a hole, what I do is, you can see a little torch up here. Now you can use a MAP gas torch or a propane torch or whatever you want. I'm just using a little butane torch, and you get it hot, you put the screwdriver in front of it, you get the screwdriver pretty warm. It doesn't have to be cherry hot, or you could even use a pick or a bolt, depending on what size you need, what size hole you need. And then you just get it hot, stick it through the hole, and stick it into the bag or carpet or whatever, and it puts a perfectly round hole in, also cauterized. You don't have to worry about it shredding or coming apart or fraying or whatever. So something to use in the future. All right, so I got the license plate all done, mounted, the parachute holder, frame, work, whatever you want to call it, is mounted. Now I'm working on getting all the bolts in for that. I also have the holders from Hammer Concepts for the actual cables, and then I can start putting our cable setup in after I mount the, or actually pack the chutes, put the tether in and all that stuff, and then start running the cables that we got from Motion and get that lever mounted and everything else. So gonna keep on rolling. We ain't got that much time to get this thing up and running and moving and everything else. So while I'm waiting for the engine, I'm gonna get all this stuff done.
Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.